Right. Good day, good people. Now, so today we want to do a next step in playing Taireva, and the part that we want to play is a very sweet part, which uses the upper notes. Now, when Mbuya Chiweshe recorded the song, well, it is Taireva. She called it Kasahwa. Now, I am not entirely sure why she termed the song Kasahwa, but in the lyrics she sings Ndakanga ndabaiwa ndiye potswe. You know, she's recorded it many times, but it is one of the first songs that she recorded that brought her onto the music map in Zimbabwe. Now it also has other names that come from actually the sounds that you make when you are playing. So some call it Gwenyambira because the Mbira part goes Gwenyambira. Some call it rumwe. Mbuya Chiweshe also has those lyrics about people dying one there. So that's rumwe. But that comes from the way the notes are played. Now, so the style of play that we're going to do here is alternating. In fact, this part we could call it a kutsinira part. So after you've played so this we've called the kushaura, or the basic kushaura. So this part that we're going to learn today is a kutsinira part. There's also another kushaura part that we may later get into, but it goes like this. The first phrase is, so these are 6 notes. And then the way you play with the right hand is that you play initially everything on R1 here, so it's, and then the second phrase again, and you also play everything on R1. Again. And then the third phrase and then on the right is, so it is. And then the fourth phrase again. And then on the right. So if we do the whole cycle, that's the first phrase. Second phrase. Third phrase. And if I do the complete cycle without gaps, so that's why it is called Goremwana, because the Mbira is going Goremwana, 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 Goremwana. Goremwana, 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 Goremwana. And then it's also the same part that we would sing. So this part we are just using L6 instead of using L1. But this first phrase here is what corresponds to, but just pushed to higher notes. And then this second phrase is what corresponds to. And then the third phrase is what corresponds to. And then the last phrase is what corresponds to. But this makes use of this L6, and when you play L6 with R1 here, you know, this duplication of notes makes the song interesting. And these are the notes that are called Mindimbi, you know, from that duplication. So So this is an important part. Now, usually when you play the Gwenyambira for Taireva, you may concentrate on the basses, but there are times when you move to play these upper notes, and then it gives you variety, it gives you options, you know, to enrich the song. So once we've done this, the next step is just to add some netetes to make it sweet. And the first phrase, you could play it as so. And then the second phrase, so. And then the third phrase. And the last phrase. second phrase, you can go back to R8 here. And then the third phrase. The last phrase. So at least we've added some netetes. There are many ways of adding these netetes, but I think what I'm doing is giving you the basic part where you play gore mwana, gore mwana, gore mwana. And then one way of playing the higher netetes. And so this part we can leave it as that. It's Taireva playing the upper notes. Taireva pamsoro just means playing the upper notes. When Mbuya Chiweshe recorded it, she called it Kasahwa. You know, that part which is sharp like the fishbone. You know, ndakanga ndabaiwa ndiye pots kwe. Some refer to it as rizape gore mwana. They just letting you know which part to play. Then you can also sing rumwe 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 rumwe. You know, and people have sung many things, but this is a sweet part as a second step into playing Taireva. We stop here for today.